Hi everyone, I'm Tina. This is To the Inner Wild. Thanks for stopping by. Today oh wow, we have the Empress at the bottom, and it came alongside with for the Emperor. Aw, interesting. Well, this is a newish deck for me. It came in as a surprise, and these fell on my lap. I didn't even see that coming. Anyway, that's 10, the Wheel of Fortune. 11, strength. Yeah, interesting. So we have a strong future ahead of us. Moreover, we have the guns to take on the wheel and maneuver. So today is a stopping point, a resting point to cancel out the noise and the white noise in our day-to-day activities, things that we underestimate that act as interruptions to our main goals and our priorities. So I think mental health days are self-care days. They're equivalent, right? And they are very much necessary, 1:11 on the clock, very much necessary in general checkup like you would annually with a doctor, preventative care. I was just talking to a coworker about this, how I really like the mentality and the approach of preventative care over damage control. Yeah. So we're seeing, I don't want to divulge too much, but sometimes when you're assessing the environment, you see not just what the weaknesses are, but the call to action and how the normal day-to-day routine, what's accepted, including etiquette, or lack thereof, that culture, that vibes in the local community, how that can be an obstruction to where we want to go. And like the overall scheme of self-care, self-maintenance. So anyway, I'm doing that for myself. This fell down. It's the 10 of, oh, this is a little difficult for me. I want to say the 10 of Pentacles because she's holding a baby bundle there. And oh my gosh, sometimes I get so into reading. It was 2:46, by the way, on the clock. Sometimes I get so into reading that I forget about little things like, did I start the video? Silly. And that's actually a very important thing, only because that way I know, and as well as you know, that I'm focused on the read itself and its accuracy, and I'm not too distracted by things that just are irrelevant. Like the minor things, okay? Anyway, 10 of Pentacles followed by the Knight of, oh no, Swords? 10 of Swords? No. What? Okay, page. Okay, so it's a series of it. I have to check out this book. It's the Fairy Lights Tarot. And I love anything that comes from Lo Scarabeo. But this one's by Lucia Mattioli. What? Oh no, it's the publishing people are Lo Scarabeo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm guessing so. Anyway, I believe that these are swords. These have got to be. But they look like wands. Give me a second. Sometimes we gotta learn our stuff. Okay, it wanted me to catch the bottom of the deck, which is death. In other words, rebirth. I like it. We just passed Day of the Dead. And I like how the ancestral face is captured here. It's the beehive mentality. You know, like the Instagram filter where there's like butterflies and all that good stuff. This has bees on it, so it's like you're beautifying your perspective through that beehive mentality, and it's instead of it being a filter, it provides clarity. So it's like a camera lens where you add the filter lens, and it clarifies things in a different light, in a different angle, like a spectrum. And this is what it's doing. How cool is that? I think this is really important. What else do we want to say here? That your death, their death, in fact, because we're mirroring that, or ancestral lines. It's a carryover. So it's a birthing effect. Do you see how it's coming from the solar plexus area, and it's being fueled down below here? I just snipped at myself. I've never done that before. It's been a long time, by the way, that I've been out in my garden, 6 on the clock, taking care, like maintaining, and I thought that was like a good way to like clean slate, feng shui my environment, at least the exterior, the entry, the portal to my home. In order, oh look behind it, Ace of Swords. Anyway, that's cool because there is a strong element of truth in here. Yeah, do you see the elemental, like the fairy in the background, their face? So what this is saying, because elementals provide clarity, a very grounding presence, and an ancient wisdom that goes beyond many like eons. So their intelligence, it is intelligence, definitely. We're not just saying wisdom. This is intelligence beyond our normal scope. Okay, yeah, it goes beneath the surface, right? So it's not just piercing, but it is able, the sword of truth is able to penetrate anything almost like flawlessly, undisturbed waters. Yeah, what else do we want to say? It's like the only weapon that has the same, if not more, traction when in water. So guns, or I don't know, slingshot or whatever, are not usable underneath the surface in the emotional bodies. They're ineffective, but when you use a sword, it slices through just as effectively in the air as it does below the surface in water. Yeah, so the truth is key. It's the most effective tool that we can use in the larger scope of things. So anyway, back to this card here, where death is like, hold up, wait a minute. It's gonna be okay. Do not worry. You do not have to worry, okay? We're here to help you. In fact, we are helping you. They're clearing the skies. And yeah, the bees represent new life, springtime, hope. Oh gosh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. Okay, so they're shining their light, they're showing their face. Yeah, and they're giving you the perspective of hope. Anyway, that's sweet. Okay, so back to these. So these are not swords. Goodness, are they wands? Pentacles, where are the cups? I want to see a depiction of cups. Okay, yeah, so these are wands. Okay, so 10 of wands, a burden, obligation then, because it's an upright. So, and they're holding a baby. Okay, so these are our obligations. We have a lot on our plate. That's what it's saying. But everything that's on our plate is what we're mothering. There are commitments. And what did we want to say about this, angels? Angels, ancestors, elementals, higher selves, spirit, ascended masters, I call you in to help relay these messages. to our greatest benefit. Okay. All right, so let's see. 10 of Wands. So it's almost backbreaking, but this is like factual. Okay, these are things that we committed ourselves to, and they're not backbreaking because it's us personally inflicted, but by these burdens. It's not individual to our experience. It's saying that anybody who would take on this mass of things on our plate would feel bound to them. Okay, so we're talking about obligations here that are sensitive, like intensive, yeah? They require intensive care, yes, but they all reflect abundance. Think about when you're like propagating 11:44 on the clock. Think about when, oh, and it's November 5th. It's a Friday. Okay, anyway, think about when you're propagating each individual one. You want to do that in like mass quantity and kind of monitor growth. So you have some kind of a baseline, especially when you're starting, what works in different lights, in different areas, under certain conditions. And yeah, if that's basically what we would do. So I'm getting the 10 of Wands in that perspective. And since the next card is the Page of Wands, it's about starting something. It's here we're looking at the horizon and we're closest to the sea. So this is more tangible than the Two of Wands, because you're actually feeling the scope of your reality, that horizon that you're also a part of. It's like the elementals recognize you in binding you to, like, connecting you, bonding you, binding you through bonding. Yes, that's what it is. Because they see that your like what your intentions are is how do I say it? I want to say victorious because there's a flag, but it's like a white flag. So white flags are what? Surrender? You're surrendering? Oh yeah. Okay, so it's victorious in but not glamorous. Okay, it's solid though. It's a welcoming, like baptismal, you see, because you, unlike most, are able to capture that. Yeah. So I'm getting that it's time. So it looks like there's some kind of haziness to the background, almost ancient, antique. Do you see that backdrop? And the sun's in the back. That's definitely the sun. And it's trying to pierce through and let some light in, right? So you're able to capture that. Okay, what else do you want to say about that? So you want to start something, and you're looking at the, it's facing the Knight of Wands, who's on a dragon, almost like a Loch Ness monster. So it's an aquatic dragon here, and its back is turned to us because it's right, it's ready to go out like on an expedition with vigor. This dragon is like a familiar because it's not driving it like master to its throne. It's recognizing that this is a pet, and equal to be respected. So it's urging it out, directing it. We're gonna go at this together. Okay, it's not like you're gonna serve this single purpose or this multi-purpose thing for me. You're not condescending in how you maneuver. Oh, nice. This is leadership. This is a knight clearly on its way to being king, if not a king in disguise. A humble king. That's what it is. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. And he's driving towards the clearing. You see how the difference of the atmosphere? Okay. So that is looking at the Queen of Wands. And the owl is looking out also on the perspective, it's like a night watch. So That's very interesting. And then the King of... It's like everybody's watching out for each other. Like the people that are on its way and the end point of like our higher... That's so cool. 1623 on the clock. You see that? How the king... it dropped on the 10 of Pentacles, and the Queen dropped on the Page of Wands. How cool! Okay. So I'll display the lineup on here, but the people, like, it's our higher selves looking at our starting point selves, and our starting point selves are... That's cool. Anyway, so okay. Yeah. So the King of Wands is almost like the Chariot in progressing us, like willing that action, that thought, planting that seed in like some sort of like this astral realm, like projecting that onto us, our current selves. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know what kind of dogs these are, but they're very particular. They're to be accommodated in a a very particular environment with a very, like, they're not just your regular domestic breed. Yeah. So then last is the 7 of Wands. Oh, so we do have the upper hand on this. So when we take the higher ground and we separate ourselves from the bunch, the lot, it's one of the challenges for us to stand apart, acknowledging that we stand apart. And so when we stand alone, we are in the greatest depth of our power, because we're able to identify with ourselves, know thyself, and build that strength so that we have that ultimate power, not just for self, but to help others. Because when you understand yourself on that deepest level, that very rooted level, it's like we're interacting with the root systems of others, and we're able to grasp where others are coming from, not where they could be coming from. It is very much connected, neighboring, if not, like, it's all within the same matrix. So the deeper you understand yourself, the more that you're able to put things into context and identifying with others. And it helps everyone along the way. So it's like you're creating this portal, this weather system. It's, you know how when you're how is it, when you're like a bystander in what's going on around you, and there's turbulence, it has a weathering effect. This is showing that with the right hand, with the right motion, with the right intent, you see the antenna almost, that we're able to manipulate that energy into like a vortex. So we're able to create impact on our whole matrix, our environment. Yeah, the seen and unseen. Yeah. Okay, so that was the initial lineup here, 3, 6. Okay, with death. I'm going to take death out because the Sword of Truth there. And then we're going to see, this was just a simple bonding session that I wanted to share with you, because I just cleansed the cards, and this is my first bonding read. And we have this 19, the Sun in reverse, 20 in reverse, that's Judgment, and 21 in reverse, that's the World. So I forgot how it hit the ground and then turned upside down. What is this saying here? Okay, since death was there, truth, I think this is just motivation to say that we can do this. It's due to seek closure. So, oh, okay, I see. It's a growth process. Yeah. Definitely. I see birthing in all of this. And when you're doing this, and while you're doing this, okay, you're able to realize the abscess, the void within you, like the greatest part, the things that you haven't identified with yet, your core. You're able to do that with yourself. And when you do that for yourself, you're able to awaken that in others, like unexpectedly. Do you see that? And so the sun was a preface to it. So it's almost like the Three of Pentacles with 3 particular prominent identities here. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot there. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want to go ahead and convey? Elementals as well. Ancestors. Higher selves. Spirit totems. I feel like maybe that's it. Usually I just pull one card, but okay. 7, 8, 10. What? I thought we already had 10. What? Am I going? Oh, okay. So the Chariot, Justice, and what did Wheel of Fortune? Oh, this is a reiteration of that other reading that I did. So this is all destined because it's justice. This path that we have ahead of ourselves is meant to be so that when you're driving forward, it's almost like depending, like trusting that your back is like you're supported full out. You don't even have to look at the path. You're gonna be going in the right direction. How interesting. I mean, how do I say this? You should be looking at the path, okay? What I'm trying to say is that even when you can't see things, even though some things are not as clear, there's balance being created. Even if somebody's doing you wrong, even if they are fibbing, if they are withholding information, if they are straight up lying to you, or even avoiding you so as not to portray the lack of integrity that they represent, things will balance out. Things are due to balance out. That's 100% clear here. It's written. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So whatever, this journey thing is totally adventurous. It's cool. It's not only supposed to keep you on your toes, but like at the edge of your seat. Do you see that? And there's no seat. It's just supposed to keep you like on the edge, on the brink, like riding that wave. Some of you might have some kind of handicap or feel like you do, because what I'm seeing here is like a wheelchair. I don't know if my current audience or like watchers have like a physical handicap, but they might feel like there's some kind of handicap that they have. But I'm getting that this reading like future tense, like if it's not current, I mean, this is like a timeless reading, so it's reflective of when you receive it, but I feel like this is a physical thing as well. I never get that. That's, well, I mean, this is the first time that I've received it. So when you think about things like that, I suggest that you watch that Pixar movie, WALL-E. It's one of my favorites. But it's like 2 red balloons. Like, so it's double that. It's like giving you hope with whichever hand you approach with. So it's leading you to become more ambidextrous and more self-reliant and believe in yourself, whether you are putting a more familiar hand on it or a less familiar hand or approach to things. Yeah, do you see beams of light piercing through? Yet it's still leading him through. Oh my gosh, I feel chills. That's good. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, 28:05 on the clock. Thanks very much for joining me. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe. What else can you do that would help me out? Comment, even if it's just like an emoticon. I would sincerely appreciate that. Even if it's just a little period dot. Show me that you're there. That would help. 28:28 on the clock. It would also help expand the reach of my channel. And I do appreciate that because I put a lot of hard work into this. And so we got to thank our angels, our higher selves, ascended masters, the elementals, our spirit totems, inner children. Did I say higher selves? I think I did. Who else? Who else? Spirit. Yeah, I said, yeah, spirit. Okay. I think that's it. We're going to close out this reading. Oh, by the way, I do private readings. So just message me if you're interested. I'll put some kind of a rate sheet up sometime soon. But in the meantime, have a good day, and I will see you all again later.